I'm Maddie, and I'm going to be telling a couple stories about the stupid shit that I did in, like, my freshman year. I guess, like, a little preface is that during this time, my parents didn't really trust anything that I said or anything that I did. I was kind of, like, consistently grounded for, like, a year. I would hang out with these older boys. This one time, I was at gymnastics practice, and I texted my mom, and I was like, "Friend is gonna pick me up, and I'm gonna go to her house, and we're gonna have a sleepover." Not really thinking anything of it. I was just like, there's no, like, link, there's no connection, like, there's no way, like, she'll figure out that this is a lie, which was dumb of me because there was a link, there was a connection, like, she had her mom's number. My two older guy friends picked me up from my gymnastics practice, and the plan was to go about 3 hours away up north, cabin party. Like, one of these other friends was having a party at their parents' cabin or something like that. We were on our way up there, and it was probably like an hour into the trip. I had no clothes. Like, I was wearing like my leotard and my shorts from practice. My period, and like I wasn't able to wear tampons at this time, and like so I was wearing like these like nasty shorts with like a pad and like granny panties. But I didn't really care, like whatever. We were about an hour away, like an hour like up towards the cabin. I get a text from my mom. She said, "Send a picture at Kara's house in front of her pool." Shit, like, she's on to me. I quick text Kara, I'm like, "Send me a picture of your pool." I was gonna edit myself into the picture and send it to my mom. Kara wasn't answering. It was taking so long. I like waited a little bit because I texted Kara and I was waiting for Kara to respond and like send me a picture. And my mom goes, "Hello?" And I'm like, I need to respond to her. So I send her like an old picture of me not in front of the pool, not at Kara's house, just like a random picture. I was hoping that she'd like forget about it. And she goes, "That's not in front of Kara's house. Send me a picture of you next to Kara's mom holding up 3 fingers. That's it. Like, there's no like getting out of this one." I wait like 10 minutes though, because I'm like trying to think of like if there's any way that I could like edit something in or anything. She responded, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not at Kara's house. Like, I'm sorry." And she just replies, "You're disgusting." I was like, okay, well, is she gonna make me come home? Like, am I gonna have to like make my friends turn around and drive me all the way back home? But that was like it. Like, she didn't say anything else. So I was like, alright, I guess I'm just gonna go to the party anyways. Like, I'm already in trouble. Like, she already knows that I'm lying, so I might as well just go. We get there at like 11. So it's already dark and everyone's drinking and stuff. I immediately start like thinking like, okay, I need to have like a really fun night to make up for the fact that when I go home tomorrow, like, I'm gonna be very grounded. I'm like drinking and I'm just like talking to all these people, and I'm like the only one there that's under the age of 18. Like, I'm 15 at this time. Everyone was like, "Oh, you little sophomore," and I'm like, "Yup." I like slept on the floor. Like, this was like my first like party, so like I slept on the floor with no blanket, no pillow. That sucked. Then like the next morning, like, they ran to Walmart and like brought back like pancakes and bacon and eggs. We were all eating, and then it's like 9 a.m. We all woke up at like 6 a.m. Some people didn't go to sleep. They just ran to the store and then came back to make food for everyone else. So we leave at like 9 a.m. and I'm with my 2 friends. And then this other guy, like, we had to take him home too. So we're driving back. On the ride home, my phone stopped having service. Like, so she, like, shut off my phone. And, like, at that point, I was like, alright, I'm fucked. Like, I'm in trouble now. I get home at, like, 11 or 12. I walk in the door, and my mom is standing there like this. That means, like, you need to put your phone in my hand. Like, I don't want to talk to you. So I was like, alright, like, there you go. And I go down in my room, and I go to bed. And, like, you'd think that, like, after this happened, like, I would lay low for a while and try and get on my mom's good side and, like, do chores and, like, stay out of trouble, like, just stay home, try and get my phone back. Well, no, that was not what I decided to do. That next night, I decided to go to a graduation party. Obviously, I couldn't ask my parents to go. I was grounded. My parents were at a neighbor's house. It was, like, 10. And I, like, walked upstairs and, like, went on my mom's, like, desktop on her computer, and I was like Facebook messaging or like emailing or like something weird like that to my friends. And I was like, "Hey, yo, like, you need to come and get me, like, I'm coming with you guys, like, whatever, like, fuck this grounded shit, like, I'm coming," because I'm thinking, like, okay, if I get caught, like, whatever, I'm already grounded, like, what else are they gonna do? Like, there was, like, nothing else for them to take away from me at this point. Like, I didn't have a license, I didn't have a phone, I didn't have a TV. It took my makeup away, which was weird. They came and got me. We went to the graduation party at my other, like, I was, like, kind of friends with her, but, like, we did gymnastics together, like, this other girl. So, like, I knew her, and, again, I was the only one under the age of 18 at this party. Same type of thing. Had fun. I didn't really, like, think about or consider the fact that I was gonna get caught, or, like, think about what I would do once I got caught. I was just like, whatever, I'll just worry about it when I need to worry about it. One of the guys drops me off at, like, 4. I was just, like, gonna sneak back into my house. I guess what I thought was, there's no way my parents are gonna come home from hanging out with their friends and come down and check on me. Which is dumb, because obviously they would have, because I just got caught sneaking out. I, like, turn it, and it's locked. And that door is never locked. Like, we didn't, like, lock all of our doors in our house, because we live in, like, a safe neighborhood. I'm like, fuck. So I go, like, to the front door. That door's locked. I go to the back sliding door. That door's locked. I'm like, shit, like, this was intentional. Like, they didn't, like, just, like, decide to lock all the doors. So now I'm, like, going, like, windows, like, my window, my brother's window, my parents' window, my, like, every, like, the bathroom window, like, every window is locked. At this point, I'm not, like, all there, if you know what I mean. And so my smart brain was like, oh, I'll just go back to the party. Mind you, this party was a 15-minute drive from my house. And I'm like, oh, I'll just walk back to the party, like, no big deal. So I thought, like, I probably spent, like, 10 minutes trying to, like, find a way into my house. But for some reason, I thought, like, oh, I'll just run and I'll catch up to my friend that dropped me off, and, like, he can take me back. Obviously, I didn't find him, because he was long gone by then. And so I start walking down the highway, and it's 4:30 in the morning now. I'm wearing my Nike slides, a pair of, like, Nike shorts, and a t-shirt. And I don't have a phone, I don't have any money. So I'm walking, and, like, I don't remember, like, how much time passed by before my knees started killing me, and my feet, like, they hurt so bad. Like, I wasn't wearing walking shoes, like, I wasn't prepared for this. I'm, like, kind of just, like, wanting someone I know to pass me so that they can pick me up and take me back to the party or take me somewhere. But it's 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, like, no one is out on the roads right now except for the people that are going to work. Get to a gas station, which is 10 minutes driving from my house, so it probably took me 2 hours to walk, 2 or 3 hours to walk to the gas station. And I remember, like, on my way there, I would sit down or, like, lay down for a couple minutes, like, on the side of the highway and take a break because I was so tired. So I got to the gas station. I didn't have any money. I was starving. Like, I was so hungry because I didn't eat anything at the party. I didn't eat anything the day before or anything at the party the day before, except for, like, that breakfast. Not my best moment. I took this little, like, cake thing, and I went into the bathroom, and I just, like, devoured it, and then threw away the container and went back out, because I was waiting at the gas station for someone I knew, more so, like, my friends, those 2 guys, like, my older friends, because they would come and buy cigarettes every morning, so I was waiting for them to come and buy cigarettes, which is dumb, because it was 6 in the morning, or 6:30, or whatever time it was. Like, they were not gonna get cigarettes that early. Starting to, like, come to the realization that, like, no one is coming right now. I start walking again, like, towards the party. Like, I'm like, okay, I might as well walk the rest of the way since I walked this far. So I start walking down a different highway now. And all of a sudden, like, this car, like, passes me and then whips a U-turn and pulls up next to me. And it's the girl that had the party. And she's like, Maddie, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I lost it. I just start bawling my eyes out, and I'm like, I am so sorry to my parents, like, I'm so sorry that you had to pull over and find me, like, all my doors were locked, my parents hate me, I think they kicked me out, like, I don't know what to do. So then, like, she picks me up and takes me back to her house, because she had gone and got donuts for everyone, so that's why she was out. She took me back to her house, and I just, like, stayed there for most of the day. And then this other girl, Kylie, she invited me, like, to go back to her house. She was like, you can just come back to my house and sleep until those 2 guys, until one of them, like, texts me and says that they can come get you. Came and got me eventually. And I get in the car, and they have, like, a water Joe waiting for me, like, it's, like, to cure hangovers or something. And they're like, I get in the car, and I'm like, let's go to the beach, like, let's go do something, I'm free. And they're like, we're taking you home. And I'm like, what? Like, why are you taking me home? Like, I don't want to go home. They don't want me there. They kicked me out. They're like, no, Maddie, like, we're 18. We would get in a lot of trouble if we had you, like, right now, because your parents probably filed a missing persons report. And I was like, fine, then drop me off somewhere else. Like, I'm not going home. Like, I am, like, on my high horse right now, and I don't want to go home. I'm using his phone to, like, call a bunch of my friends and be like, can I come over? Can I come over? Can I come over? Like, everyone's kind of being like, no, like, that's weird. Like, I don't want to get involved in that. Like, you're already in trouble. Like, I don't want your parents not to like me. Like just kind of like that type of thing. So then there's this girl, and I used to be really good friends with her. I knew that she was always home, or that someone in her family was always home, like, would let me come over. So I didn't call her, I didn't text her, anything. I just told them to take me to her house. So they took me to her house, and I, like, knock on her door. I'm wearing my Nike slides, my Nike shorts, and my t-shirt, and I look a mess, I'm sure. Like, my hair is all, like, ratty. And I knock on the door, and some woman answers, and she's like, yeah? And I'm like, hi, is blank home? And she just, like, opens the door and says nothing. And I was like, okay. So then I walk up to her room, but it's not her room anymore, because I hadn't been there in so long, so I didn't know she moved rooms. So then I, like, have to, like, look around a little bit, and then I find her room, and she's like, Maddie? And I just, like, lost it again. I just start bawling my eyes out. And she's like, okay, like, yeah, you can stay here, like, that's fine. And then all of a sudden, she gets a text from my mom. Like, my mom sent a group text to all of my friends and said, if you are with Maddie or know who Maddie's with, please let her know that if she's not home by 8 p.m. tonight, the cops will go to each and every one of your houses and see if she's there. So that was the end of my glory, I was thinking. I'm like, alright, that means I gotta go home. I get home, no one's there. All the doors are locked, and it's hot. So hot. Like, oh, I just remember, like, dripping sweat. I had no water, nothing. And so there's a lake behind my house, so I just, like, I take off all my clothes, and I, like, jump in the lake, and then I, like, come back and put all my clothes on, like, while I'm still wet. And I'm just sitting there waiting for someone to get home. Finally, my stepdad pulls up, and he, like, opens the door, and I, like, run inside, and I run downstairs, because I am so fucking tired. Like, so tired. So I, like, run into my room, and I go to sleep, or I, like, start to lay down, and he, like, comes down, like, a couple minutes later, and he, like, opens the door. He's like, you're coming with me. I'm like, where? And he's like, you're gonna come work on the flip house with us. I was so livid. I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, but I now see that that was my punishment. Like, it wasn't them just being like, hey, we need your help. It was like, you need to come because you're a shitty kid. So I go there. I do absolutely nothing. I just fall asleep, like, on the concrete ground. I just sleep. And then I got home, and I was grounded for a really long time. So, yeah. I have a lot more of those stupid stories. I was stupid, and I can see that now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.